Well, the time is now 11 p.m. and these are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak recorded the lowest fertility rate. Sarawak looks forward to state's health autonomy. And fair share for BOMBA Sarawak. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. I'm Shira Abang Mansoor and you're now watching TVS Nightline. Sarawak has recorded its lowest fertility rate. As of 2021, the state recorded just 20,000 births as compared to the same period in the previous year of 40,000 births.
Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Seri Dr. Sim Kui Hian, said despite being the country's largest state, the population stands at 2.5 million as compared to the peninsula with a 30 million population.
And we had the lowest birth rate in the whole country. And people always say that they don't have time. During COVID-19 last year, right, we only had 20,000 Sarawakian born. Why we know? Because every Sarawakian born, the government give the money. So that at 18 years old, they have a fixed amount of money that they can use for the university and so on. Normally we have 40,000 Sarawakian born.
Dr. Sim, who is also the Minister of Public Health, Housing and Local Government, said the exodus from rural to urban area poses a concern that needs to be addressed. The constant migration, especially involving the younger generation, would result in rural areas having a majority of an aging population.
And the long houses, right, I just worried that in 50 years' time, nobody stay there. At the moment, if you go to long houses, they just have the very elderly. During the Christmas, during the festival like Gawai, everybody go back. But the rest of the time, only the elderly.
He said this when officiating the 2022 Academy for Silent Mentor AFSM Tripartite Conference on Healthcare Challenges in the 21st Century, held at Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching, BCCK, today.
Sarawak looks forward to the return of health autonomy or decentralisation to the state through the Health White Paper. Sarawak Deputy Premier Datuk Seri Dr. Sim Kui Hian stressed the importance of health autonomy as the state government wants to play its role for its people by ensuring accessibility and equity in the state.
Sarawak government will be looking very much towards the white paper that Ministry of Health is going to spend so much time talking about the white paper. From Sarawak government point of view, we call it health autonomy. But from the Ministry of Health point of view, the previous Minister of Health called it decentralization. We want to do that because Sarawak wants to play our roles for Sarawak.
He said this when officiating the 2022 Academy for Silent Mentor AFSM Three-Party Conference on Healthcare Challenges in the 21st Century, held at Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching, BCCK, today. He further stressed that with financial independence, the state government is able to play its role in Sarawak's healthcare.
With this financial independence, we want to play our role for our own people on Sarawak healthcare because we can afford. And that's why we are talking about talents developments, in which we work through UNIMAS. We are talking about infrastructure. We're offering Ministry of Health 1 billion ringgit to start our cancer hospital. And all these are playing our role for the people of Sarawak.
Meanwhile, the three-day 2022 AFSM Three-Party Conference is jointly organised by the AFSM, Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh, Ministry of Health, the College of Surgeons Academy of Medicine of Malaysia, the Malaysian Association for Thoracic and Cardiovascular Surgery, and University Malaysia Sarawak. Among those present were Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, AFSM Chairman and Founding Director Dr. Chin Kin Fa, Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh, past Vice President Dr. Pala Rajesh, the College of Surgeons Academy of Medicine of Malaysia President Dr. Lim Kian Gi, and 2022 AFSM Three-Party Conference President Dr. John Chan.
At the same event, Dato' Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian said Sarawak Fire and Rescue Department, BOMBA, will need its fair share of resources to enhance its service deliveries on handling emergencies and disasters in Sarawak. According to the Deputy Premier of Sarawak, the department is currently experiencing a severe shortage of resources, making it difficult for the department to add and maintain assets and facilities such as fire hydrants.
Despite all this, I think Fire and Rescue Malaysia Sarawak actually do a fantastic job under the leadership of the Pengarah Datuk Khairuddin. Because why? Despite that, you don't get so much resources, right? As severely under resources, you actually take many initiatives. You actually do beyond expected.
He said this in his speech when officiating the launching of the Sarawak Fire and Rescue Department Community Learning Centre CLC in Batu Lintang today. Thus, he expressed his desire to request for more funding from the federal government for the Sarawak BOMBA.
What's most important is we help them to to fight for the funding and so on. And like the Pengarah always said, because they got so many requests for funding. I will find time to work out with the new minister in charge of fire and rescue department, and then we will find time to see how to get the federal government to do their share for Sarawak, because Sarawak is not their stepson.
He added the matter will be brought up during a meeting with his counterpart in the federal government, Minister of Local Government Development, Nga Kor Ming.
The Ministry of Health MOH has cleared 98% of 57,355 procedures that were backlogged in public hospitals due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Its Director General, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham, noted that the percentage recorded was as of 30th November 2022. As such, the immediate consequence of COVID-19 had caused the backlog of elective surgical cases, in which, as of September 2021, 57,355 elective backlog cases in MOH hospitals, as of which 93.8% are surgical-based.
As of 30th November 2022, 98% of surgical backlog cases had been cleared. However, surgical cases from certain disciplines, such as cardiothoracic surgery and pediatric surgery, are still facing long queues due to the limited number of surgeons, nurses, paramedics, and hence an operating time as well. For pediatric surgery, most cases on the waiting list for pediatric surgery are hypospadias cases.
He pointed out the improved vaccination coverage of the population. The COVID-19 admission rate began to reduce. This resulted in the reopening of more operation theaters, OTS, and more hospital beds being made available for surgical patients. Dr. Nur Hisham added the extended hours of OT, weekend OT, and mass surgery initiatives have been implemented to reduce the backlog cases. He said this in his speech at the Academy for Silent Mentor AFSM Tripartite Conference on Healthcare Challenges in the 21st Century at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching, on Wednesday.
To reduce the backlog cases as well as the collaboration and cooperation with the university hospitals, armed forces, private hospital, and NGOs coming together as one to improve the quality of healthcare.
Among other initiatives taken this year to reduce elective backlog cases are the Mass Urology Surgery Initiative in Hospital Selayang, Mass Cataract Surgery Initiatives in Hospital Raja Perempuan Zainab II, Hospital Tawau, and Hospital Tengku Ampuan Afzan, Mass Surgical Carnival and Cleft Surgery Initiative, Hospital Tawau, partnership with IHH Healthcare Hospitals in providing gamma knife stereotactic radiosurgery and radiotherapy to MOH patients, and the Miracle Baby Program.
Meanwhile, the White Paper on Health and Generational Endgame Policy, GEG, through the Control of Tobacco Product and Smoking Bill 2022 will be tabled in the upcoming 15th Parliament session on December 19th. According to Director General of Health, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham, the Health White Paper was supposed to be tabled in November, while the bill was supposed to have been retabled on October 6th or after the Budget 2023 debate. However, Parliament was dissolved on October 10th to pave the way for the 15th general election GE15.
Jadi dalam kertas putih, proses untuk kita, kertas putih ini ialah untuk dibentangkan di Parlimen. Yang sebelum kita bentang di Parlimen, kita ada libat urus dengan mereka di pelbagai bidang dan mereka akan berikan pandangan dan kita akan bentangkan di Parlimen supaya mendapat pandangan dan perbahasan daripada ahli Parlimen, supaya kita akan dapat satu kertas kerja, iaitu kertas putih, dapat kita majukan untuk meningkatkan perkhidmatan kesihatan dalam negara kita. Itu sebab kita panggil kertas putih. Jadi kita mendengar dan memberi pandangan daripada rakyat untuk kita adakan satu kertas kerja ataupun satu panduan supaya kita dapat meningkatkan lagi perkhidmatan kesihatan dalam negara kita.
He told a press conference at the Academy for Silent Mentor AFSM Tripartite Conference on Healthcare Challenges in the 21st Century, held at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching, here on Wednesday. Meanwhile, on the Control of Tobacco Products and Smoking Bill 2022, the bill has gone through the necessary changes recommended by the Special Parliamentary Select Committee.
Dan GEG telah pun dibincangkan di Select Committee dan sekarang ni hanya perlu dibentangkan semula di Parlimen. Ini syarat dia lah. Walaupun kita dah bentangkan hari itu dan Parlimen telah pun rujukkan GEG kepada Select Committee dan sekarang ni Select Committee dah bincang dengan teliti dan akan dibentangkan semula di Parlimen.
Recently, Health Minister Dr. Zaliha Mustafa indicated that she seeks to fine-tune the bill before the Dewan Rakyat sits for the first time in 2023.
Meanwhile, the Health Ministry is still unable to make any conclusion regarding a recent case involving a 3-month-old baby who died while on a 6-hour bus journey with his mother from Kuching to Sarike. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said they would still need to find the baby's parents to get the baby's full medical history to pursue the investigation.
So this is very unique, so we are investigating this case. We are not able to find the patient yet, but I think Jabatan Kesihatan Negeri Sarawak is investigating and then to find the details of this case before we can make any conclusion.
Pet owners are reminded to administer their furry friends with the rabies vaccine to reduce the risk of infection, as recent development shows an increase of rabies-related cases. Sarike District Council MDS Deputy Chairwoman Councillor Misia Abu Saman said, though Sarike has yet to record any spy cases, pet owners are advised to not be complacent.
Kesihatan Majlis Daerah Serike sentiasa memantau dari masa ke semasa mengenai anjing-anjing liar di kawasan khasnya di kawasan bandar dan kampung-kampung di bahagian Serike. Anjing-anjing yang belum mendapat imunisasi haruslah dibawa dengan segera supaya tidak menimbulkan penyakit yang berbahaya begini. Saya harap penduduk di bahagian Serike memandang serius tentang kejadian yang telah berlaku.
The council will continue to work with other related agencies to increase the effectiveness of prevention and surveillance of rabies in the district. However, such responsibility does not only fall on the authorities, as the community plays a major role in ensuring rabies infectivity is under control.
The body of a 22-year-old Indonesian man believed to be missing after falling into Sungai Tabuan on Tuesday was found by rescuers at noon today. According to Sarawak Fire and Rescue Department's BOMBA spokesperson, the body of the victim, identified as Stepanus Selat, was found around 12:20 p.m., about 3 meters from where he was last seen, and was fished out by authorities. On Tuesday, the victim, together with his friend, were out fishing along the river at 6 p.m. when the victim was believed to have fallen into the river while retrieving his net. The friend then searched the area but only discovered the victim's slippers at his last known location. The body has since been handed over to the police for further action. A woman from Cebu lost more than 150,000 ringgit after fallen prey to an online love syndicate. According to Cebu District Police Chief ACP Zulkifli Suhaili, the 44-year-old woman was duped by the man whom she had befriended online on Facebook.
Zulkifli said the victim lodged a police report at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, saying that the suspect had contacted her via WhatsApp on October 8th, claiming that he had been detained by the Immigration Department at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, KLIA, for bringing a large quantity of British sterling into the country. Feeling sorry for the suspect, the woman then made 27 money transfer transactions from the period of October 10th till December 5th to 2 separate accounts. Zulkifli added the victim only realized she had been duped after she became aware of the total transfers she had made and contacted a friend for help. The case is now being investigated under the Section 420 of the Penal Code for fraud, and advised the public to be more careful of love scams syndicates. At the same time, Zulkifli also reminded the public not to be easily swayed by someone whom they only know through social media.
Coming up right after the break, domestic users exempted from tariff increment, which is a relief for the people. And the global news, US unveils bid to ban China's TikTok, right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim wants the claim over Batu Putih Pedra Branca to be reviewed through immediate and more meaningful negotiations with Singapore without jeopardizing bilateral relations.
Dan beberapa kesan sampingan juga kita akan minta diteliti semula, dikaji supaya ada rundingan yang lebih bermakna dan segera dengan Singapura.
He said this at a media conference after chairing the cabinet meeting in Putrajaya today. On October 13th, former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, in a statement, said the cabinet had agreed for Malaysia to proceed with legal action at the ICJ on the dispute involving the sovereignty over Batu Putih, Batuan Tengah and Tuber Selatan. Ismail Sabri said the matter was agreed upon after hearing the presentation and proposals by the Special Task Force to review laws relating to sovereignty over the dispute islets on October 7th.
The government's decision not to continue raising the electricity tariff reduces the burden of the people. According to economic analyst Dr. Madeline Burma, although the government has to bear a 30 billion ringgit in subsidy, but the move will be able to ease the burden of the people.
Katanya tadi dia tidak akan menaikkan kan tarif ini. Jadi dengan cara ini satu kelegaan lah kepada rakyat dan juga syarikat tempatan, sebab kos elektrik ini sangat tinggi bagi isi rumah dan juga syarikat tempatan. Ya. Ini satu langkah yang baik untuk memastikan syarikat-syarikat tempatan kita dapat meningkatkan keuntungan dia.
However, Madeline also does not deny the possibility that the move would also affect the country's fiscal finance.
Malaysia has the potential to become a regional hub for vocational and technical training in other countries in Southeast Asia. Japan's ambassador to Malaysia, Takahashi Katsuhiko, while recognizing this, he said that Japan is keen to partner with Malaysia to strengthen the former's capacity building under the Look East policy, LEP.
The ambassador explained that after 40 years of success, it is high time that both sides explore new strategies to expand the LEP and its benefits more. He also believed that both countries can enhance on these aspects so they can work together to do good things to benefit other countries in the region.
Meanwhile, Japan hopes to continue the strong relationship under the Malaysia's new leadership of Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. Kawaguchi Yoshiyasu, Consul General of Japan, expressed his hope for further collaboration to promote strong economic ties.
He told this to reporters after an award presentation ceremony of the Foreign Minister's commendations for 2022 to Dato' Tomiyasu Ushiyama on Wednesday. Yoshiyasu added the award acknowledged Ushiyama's long history of contribution to upholding the relationship between Japan and Malaysia.
Republican Senator Marco Rubio on Tuesday announced bipartisan legislation to ban China's popular social media application, TikTok. The move ratchets up pressure on TikTok owner by ByteDance Limited amid U.S. fears the application could be used to spy on Americans and censor content.
In a news release, Rubio's office said the legislation would block all transaction from any social media company in or under the influence of China and Russia. A TikTok spokesperson responded in a statement by saying it is troubling that some members of Congress have decided to push for a politically motivated ban that will do nothing to advance the U.S. national security. The bill comes as scrutiny of TikTok has grown in Washington in recent weeks after a failed bid by the Trump administration to ban the video sharing app. At a hearing last month, FBI Director Chris Wray said TikTok U.S. operation raised national security concerns, flagging the risk that the Chinese government could harness it to influence users and control their devices. Alabama and Utah on Monday joined other U.S. states prohibiting the use of TikTok on state government devices and computer networks due to national security concerns. In 2020, then-President Donald Trump attempted to block new users in the United States from downloading TikTok but lost a series of court battles over the measures.
Inflation in the United States of America, US, has risen less than what was expected by experts. According to the data published by US Department of Labor, the Consumer Price Index, CPI, increased 0.1% from October and rose 7.1% when compared to last year's statistics. This is less than what economists had predicted in a survey, which forecasted a 0.3% rise from last month and a 7.3% increase on a year-to-year basis. The matter was also confirmed by its president, Joe Biden, though he said this does not indicate that prices of goods have gotten lower.
Make no mistake, prices are still too high. We have a lot more work to do, but things are getting better, headed in the right direction. I want to be clear. It's going to take time to get inflation back to normal levels as we make the transition to a more stable and steady growth. But we could see setbacks along the way as well. We shouldn't take anything for granted. But what is clear is that my economic plan is working and we're just getting started.
The cost of food has increased by 0.5%, which is a record high and rose to 10.6% from the same period of time last year. Biden hopes to bring inflation down without impacting opportunities for economic growth.
My goal is simple. Get price increases under control without choking off economic growth. Bring inflation down while keeping our labor market resilient. Build an economy from the bottom up and the middle out, an economy with good jobs, good wages, and for the long run, not a boom or bust economy. Because of my plan, we're beginning to see historic investments that are leading companies to invest hundreds of billions of dollars. Let me say it again.
An Italian Air Force Eurofighter Typhoon fighter jet has crashed off the coast of Sicily. State-run ANSA news agency said contact was lost with the aircraft from the 37th Wing based at Trapani Birgi Military Airport while it was beginning to approach the runway to land after a training mission.
It added the warplane crash about 5 miles southeast of the airbase at the mouth of the Bijou River near the tourist center of Rochdale. It disintegrated on impact with flaming wreckage found several hundred feet apart. It noted that there is a chance that the pilot may have ejected before the crash and could be alive. The local fire department and search and rescue helicopters from the Air Force are continuing their efforts to locate the missing pilot.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. More headlines anytime at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Shira Abang Mansor. Thank you for watching.